Hello. Thousands of teenagers took a deep breath as they opened their exam results today. While pass rates across the country have fallen for GCSEs, here in the southwest there's been an increase in the number getting the top grades. That's a 7 or above, or an A or an A star in old money. But today has not all been about the children getting the top marks. For some, just getting a pass, that's a grade 4, once seemed impossible. Cheryl Dennis has been to a school in Bristol which teaches students who've been expelled or unable to cope.
Celebrations for pupils at the Bristol Futures Academy. Students come here when all options to stay at mainstream schools have run out.
At the start of year 10 to the end of year 10, I basically went to 5 different schools in Bristol, all on negotiated transfers, and I failed them, so I didn't really have an option but to come here, which was one more chance.
Went like a rough path and started jumping school to school to school, came here and I settled down straight away.
Not long ago, the thought of GCSEs seemed impossible.
I just couldn't concentrate. I just couldn't look at a whiteboard, couldn't look at a screen. With here, they like get pictures and they sit down and talk through it like with you.
But today, Jada's found out she's passed 5 exams.
Deep down, I know I don't say it a lot to myself or out loud, but I am proud. Like, I genuinely can't believe that I did sit there and sit all my exams. It's more of a family, it's more of a home. Like, you feel like you can trust people in this place.
And Ridwan, well, he now has 6 GCSEs plus a BTEC in sport and a feeling of making his family proud.
They think I'm just a different person now, you know what I mean? It was just my mum having to come into school every day, you know, to have a meeting with the head teacher or something like that, and then now she doesn't get any calls.
This school is different. It has to deal with the behaviour, trauma and anxiety that meant their pupils couldn't cope elsewhere.
It is a challenging process, I'm not going to lie. You know, when the children first join us, they often present with challenges in many different ways. But what's so great about this job is seeing a day like today where you can see them flourishing and going off into their next destinations.
Students study English, maths and science GCSEs, plus lots of choices.
Art, construction, hair and beauty, PE and catering.
Hair and beauty is Jada's dream.
Wanting to open up like a waxing shop, lash shop, and we have our own salon one day. That is the dream.
And that feels possible now?
Yeah, it does, because I'm going to go into college and I'm going to pay for courses to get my certificates and all of that to actually be able to do that.
You want to use the struggle as a good thing, not a bad thing. You know, something that you can gain a good thing out of.
Ridwan is now planning to go on to do a sports diploma or A-levels. Once these teenagers faced an uncertain future, today they're looking at one full of opportunity. Cheryl Dennis, BBC Points West, Bristol.
Well, with the highs and lows of results, post-16s need to decide their next step. I'm joined now to answer some of those difficult questions by Tony Searle, who's worked in schools in Bristol and North Somerset for 25 years, I believe, and is now Executive Principal of the Cabot Learning Federation. Tony, thank you so much for joining us.
You're welcome.
So lots of options post-16. Let's start with A-levels first. How should students go about selecting their subjects and you know, what to do next?
Yeah, and I mean, lots of them will have applied to universities already. They'll have their offers through UCAS if they haven't got the grades that they need. There's clearing that's open, so contacting the universities and talking about what courses are there, but making sure that they've also applied, that they've taken up the places that they've been offered.
So we're talking about GCSE children. How should they choose their A-level subjects?
So thinking about what they're going to do now is making sure that they are choosing subjects that they enjoy, choosing subjects they're going to take them through, and also making sure that if they've got a particular career in mind, that they're sure about what kind of courses are going to be necessary to get onto the university courses to take them to that career.
Now, it's all very well for those students who've done brilliantly, but what about the students who haven't done so well? What are their options? You know, we hear about apprenticeships and things. Have they missed the boat on that, or can they apply for that?
No, there's a whole load of options that they can go through. So talking to their colleges, going on the gov.uk website and typing in find an apprenticeship, they'll be able to find apprenticeships. It's not too late now to approach to approach colleges and employers and say, would you be willing to employ me, looking at what the college courses are there on offer.
There are some subjects that are obviously more important than others. I'm thinking maths, English, etc. Would you recommend that students who haven't achieved that grade 4 to retake?
Absolutely. I mean, it's a crucial set of skills for them to have to get their grade 4s in their English and maths will open up a lot of doors to them that may not be open without those. So definitely looking at resits if they're available, but they can do those alongside their courses that they wish to study at level 3 as well.
Now, you're not just speaking to me professionally today, because you've just told me that your daughter picked up her GCSE results today. So you've experienced this as a parent. How was it?
It was great. She's been brilliant, and she worked really hard, didn't always find it easy, and is currently asking those questions about, have I chosen the right courses for me at A-level? Will they be the right things for me if I go to university, if I want to go to university? So, you know, my response to her is the same as to your viewers, which is go and ask the people who know, go and speak to your careers guidance people, talk to the universities, talk to the colleges.
And it's not the end of the world, is it, if things haven't gone right? But we'll leave it there. Tony, thank you so much for coming in to talk to us today.
You're welcome.
Many thanks.